The remaining challenge for robot vacuum and mops is cleaning up messes that are a little bit more sticky. They've been there for maybe a few hours, a few days, or even a week. And most of the time they can get them cleaned up, but it takes a lot of passes to go through, and I mainly want those cleaned up a lot faster. Now, our favorite way to quickly clean up the floor is with wet, dry vacuum and mops. Now, over here we have the Roborock F25 GT we've been using for a few months, been great. And then over here we have the new Roborock F25 Ultra, which now features steam cleaning that's really going to help us get deep into the floor and clean this up. Now, a huge thank you to Roborock for sponsoring this video, but we're going to tell you everything that we love about these. And even if we find some things we don't like, we're gonna let you know in this video today. Now, typically when I start these videos, there are a ton of sticky messes on the floor, but actually a week ago, I asked Kari to start trying this out while I was gone. So the floor is completely cleaned up already. There's just a few more crumbs that we have to pick up now, but let's go ahead and hear her thoughts about these models. Kari, what is your overall take on wet, dry vacuum mops?
I actually really like them. I use them pretty much every day. They're great for just basic, average, low to average messy floors. I guess if your floor was like very, very messy, that's when you'd want to get a traditional mop, you know, traditional broom, but just kind of for everyday picking up, everyday cleaning. I actually really like them. I use them every day, so. What
do you think of the one over here, the Roborock F25 Ultra?
So yeah, I really like it. First of all, I love that it's like sleek. I like the black. It looks really nice. I like that it has the light on the mop head, so it kind of illuminates the dirt and where you need to go next. And I do like that steaming feature. It's not super hot steam, but I do feel like it does help a little bit with getting up some of the really harder, you know, hard stuck grime.
So are these something you would recommend?
I would actually. I think it's really nice. I do love that you set it down and it immediately starts cleaning the mop head. I definitely would recommend this model. I think it's really great.
So there you go. We do love using these types of devices in the home. They're so quick and easy to use. Now, before we jump more into what the F25 Ultra has, let's talk about the F25 GT and some of our favorite features over the last few months. First up, we have the 180-degree flat reach deep cleaning. This allows you to tilt this all the way down to the floor so you can get under anything that is very low. We have some chairs here that we want to clean under, don't have to move them out of the way. We can quickly do that. On the back here, you even have a little wheel that you can lay this completely flat on the floor to easily reach all the way under, which makes it super easy for cleaning. Now next, this has the edge-to-edge cleaning. So right up here on the edge of the roller mop, it can get right to the edge. So if you have a spill there, you can quickly clean it up. Many of the robot vacuums, they have a struggle getting right against that wall, and this is able to do it in just one quick pass. You can easily angle this and get under the cabinets as well. The roller mop also features a tangle-free design as well as streak-free. So all the hair that's on your floor is going to get in here and then be sucked up and put in the water tank right here. And then as you're cleaning, you're not gonna have any streaks left over from its cleaning, being able to tell that you actually mopped the floor. All of that is going to just be picked up and cleaned up into the water tank. Now next we have the water tank that sits down here at the bottom, and the benefit of that is it gives it a lower center of gravity, so it's easier to maneuver around the floor, and like I mentioned before, getting right up against the edge. And then here we have the dirty water tank that is so easy to pull off, and then we just simply dump it out and we can put it back on. And when we put it back to the base station, it does all the cleaning as well on the brush pad, and then it will automatically dry it. So very simple and easy to use. And then you just put it back here and that charges it as well. So this has been a great device to have in the home. Worked really well. Let's jump into some of the extra things that the F25 Ultra can do. Now, after using the F25 GT for a few months, this has been a great device. It's perfect for everyday cleaning, cleaning up those spills, picking up mess on the floor, very easy to do. So great device, but now let's take this to the next level with the F25 Ultra. Kari already gave away some of the extra features that it has, the steaming and the blue light to be able to see what is going on, but let's dive more into those features. Now, first, I did forget to mention that a wet dry vac mop is a hardwood floor only device. It cannot work on carpet. It's going to be using water and vacuuming at the same time. So this is going to be great for all kinds of different floors like hardwood, laminate, ceramic, like here in the bathroom where we have the tile. It's awesome for that. Another thing is, if you're wondering why I'm leaving mess on my floor for so long and not cleaning up when it's wet, well, I have 4 kids, so you can only comment about that if you have 4 or more kids as well, all right? Okay, so let's dive in and talk about the hot steam cleaning. So this is actually able to heat up to 356 degrees to really blast that dirt and clean it off the floor as you go through. You know, sometimes I've done that on ones without steam cleaning, but it takes a very long time. So let's go ahead and do a demo. We're gonna put some butter under this, see how it is able to completely melt that quickly and clean it up. First up, let's start with a clean floor. Now right here you can see that there are a few things that weren't able to be picked up on first pass, so a few extra pieces just on the normal cleaning mode are able to take care of those. So here we have some butter on the floor. Now to start the machine, I'm just going to push down and then it is able to unlock and it automatically starts cleaning. And we're going to push the mode button and there we are now at steam cleaning. So this is going to heat up to 100, oh no, it's gone. All right, let's try again. And before I even start it, I'm going to push the mode button on the top to switch it to steam mode. Okay, there I see the steam. So that's heating up to 356 degrees to be able to turn the water into steam. Let's see how it can do in melting the butter. All right, we're a minute in and yeah, that's getting pretty melty right there. That's great, because that's mainly the problem is you have gunk down there. It's just super dry. Get some water pressed in there with the steam and that's going to come right up. All right, I keep getting pretty close, but I would say that's very melty. You can see there, we got some good puddles on the ground. So let's go ahead and pick that up. And just like that, no leftover residue. It's finally time to move the caution tape. Now, not only does the F25 Ultra have the steam cleaning, but it also has hot water cleaning built into the device, something that the F25 GT does not have. So here I have set out some ketchup. Now this has been sitting here almost 4 hours, I think, so it's very dry on the floor. And we're gonna go through and just do one pass and see how well they both do. I am going to turn this on to hot water cleaning, so that heats up to about 187 degrees. Heats the water and puts that on the roller pad, where here it's just using whatever temperature the water is in the roller to then clean this. And we're gonna see how helpful having hotter water is. And if this can't clean it up after a few passes, then I will also do the steam cleaning and see how that is able to help. All right, here we go, one pass. So on the F25 GT, I was able to get a little bit. It's definitely going to need some more work there to clean it up, but you can see it's doing a pretty good job there. Same with the F25 Ultra. We have some of it cleaned up right there. A little bit more on this side, but there you can see it did a pretty good job. So let's go ahead, do another pass and just go and see how long it's gonna take these. Okay, after a bunch of more passes, here over on the F25 Ultra side, we're getting some that is completely gone. Just a little bit of residue over here. Here on the F25 GT, we have some still. It looks like it has cleaned up some as well. So that is pretty good. But now let's go ahead and turn on the steam and see if we can get this cleaned up really quick. Now both sides are looking really good. Here we can still see there is a string of the ketchup over on this side all the way back, but here we've got the steam going on still, but there it has completely cleared all the way up to here where it was a little bit more heavier of a mess. So there, the steam cleaning, I would say, does a great job. That vapor flow is able to do a little bit more. And again, when you have those really deep stains, like I mentioned, these work great. They're gonna clean it after quite a bit of time, but having that steam, I think, really helps get that cleaned up, and especially the hot water mopping, heating that up to the 187 degrees Fahrenheit is great. Let's finish this up. That steam cleaning is awesome. That's exactly what I needed on these, because many times when I'm cleaning, there's those big messes that I wanted clean up. But most of the other time, you're just going to be cleaning typical household messes like here, spilled some cereal and milk. So this is going to be a quick and easy way to clean up. Now, depending on the mess, you have 4 different modes you can choose. So there, I've already shown you steam mode.
Hot water mode.
Next, the hot water mode is going to heat up the water on the pad so that it's able to do a deeper clean.
Sponge mode.
Sponge mode is going to be great for cleaning up a spill of liquids.
Auto mode.
And then auto mode is going to be great for the mess that we have here, where it's just going to clean it and get it into the dirty water tank quickly. And then we'll show you the process to clean that out. And now that we've done the cleaning, all the milk and the cereal have been put here in the dirty water tank. We're gonna go ahead, put this back on the charger, run it through the cycle. This will then need to be cleaned out, and we'll check out underneath and how this is going to prevent anything from getting stuck on that roller. Now, once it's placed on the charger, I just need to push the cleaning button, or if you have the app, you can have it automatically start the cleaning. Now that the cleaning is done, it's gonna go through the dry cycle. It's gonna take about 30 minutes, and that's hot air drying to be able to clean that. But let's go ahead and clean out the bin. So here at the top, you have a filter we can easily pull off. And then here we can pull out the main tray like that. Now this has a nice tray here that can catch all the dry stuff. So hair and other things are going to get here. So it's nice that you can then just simply put that in the trash. And then we'll rinse off this top area, and the rest of that we can just dump down the drain. It does come with an extra filter as well as a scrubber brush to do some more deeper cleaning. Once we have rinsed that all out, we're gonna put it back together and into the F25 Ultra. Now let's take a look underneath at how this is all functioning. Tilting this down, we can take a closer look. So up here at the top, we have the 6 different streams for the hot steam. It's all coming through right there. Then here we have the roller brush. And there you can see after the cleaning, it was able to clean up everything under there. Now to remove the pad, you can just pull the side here and that comes out. There you can see that is nice and clean after the cleaning. And then looking deep into here, you can see a few different things on how this is actually working. So first here we have this orange strip, which is the jaw scraper. So it's kind of like a really fine tooth comb. And as this is rolling, it's scraping against that and it's able to pull off all of the different gunk that gets on the roller brush, especially the hair. So it has this anti-tangle design that all the hair gets pulled into there and sucked into the dirty water bin so that there's none stuck over on the roller brush, and it has a really nice cleaning over it. Now I did clean the bathroom floor where there was a ton of hair, and that was all able to get picked up and put directly into the waste bin and stuck on that little grate, so I could simply throw it away. And now we have a clean roller. So really great how it has all of that built in, and it's less maintenance on you. You just have to do some regular cleanings. Now next up we have edge-to-edge cleaning. So it's going to be able to get up against your wall in less than 1 millimeter or 0.3 inches, so that if you spill something right up against the edge, you're going to be able to clean it up. So here we have a mess right up against the wall here. Let's turn on sponge mode. And there we go. That got everything right up there, up against the edge. That was great. But there you can see all the milk was put into the water tank and there's none left on the floor. Now, one thing I want to point out that when using the cleaning right up against the cabinets on the Ultra, you're not able to get quite as far under as with the GT. And that's because the height of my cabinet down here is just under 4¼ inches, where this is about 4¼ So just the very top of this isn't able to get all the way under. So that's a bit of a bummer, but you do need to have a little bit more space in here for the heating element and everything for the Ultra. Now you may think your floors are clean, but with the new blue light illumination, it's able to show you much better where the dirt actually is on the floor. All right, so here when we turn on the vacuum, you can see that it's lighting up the floor, and there you're able to see dust a lot better. You can even see that shadow on some of the dust. So that's very helpful in seeing where the dirt actually is and where you need to clean. This will work a little bit better when it's a little bit darker, but that's so nice that you can quickly see where you need to pick up the mess. Now on the top here, not only is it showing the battery life, but it's also showing dirt detect. So there it's showing red, indicating there is dirt here, but it will change blue as this area gets cleaner. And then you'll see the mode there at the bottom. So that's another great feature that's been added to the Ultra. This also features Flat Reach 2.0, where there we have the wheel on the back. So here if we pull it down and go all the way to the floor, we can rest that on the floor, and this is able to go under chairs. Now, even though it is a little bit bigger, we're having no problem going under the little stool there, so it can go under anything about 4½ inches. Now there is even a mode in the app where you can use it to control it to go forward and back and left and right. Pretty fun. Maybe getting under a couch or something, that might be helpful to do.
Deep salt cleaning is starting, followed by quiet drying.
Now that was a lot of testing to get through, but one of the things that really stood out to me is how efficient these wet dry vacuum mops are. Now, a few things that stuck out to me from the F25 GP is how great it is being able to go right under the cabinets, having that edge-to-edge cleaning, getting right up there, and just being efficient, lightweight, easy to use, very simple. It's been a great product to have around. Now, some of the things I loved about the F25 Ultra, having that steam cleaning and that hot water cleaning, that is able to sterilize the floor a little bit better than just having the regular water here. Having the steam really sterilizes everything. And then I love having the dirt detect on the top, showing the battery life, just being able to know a little bit more about what's going on. And then here you can quickly see the different modes you can go to, switch between 4 modes. Over here, you only have the eco and the maximum mode. So really cool to see the different things. There's benefits of each of these. The only real issue I had with the F25 Ultra was being able to get under the cabinet. It's just being a little bit too tall for that, but it was able to do everything else great. I love that it still has the flat reach capabilities and that it has this new water tank design. It's a little bit easier to clean. That's the biggest thing about these, is you got to remember to put them through the cleaning cycle once you're done, and then clean this out, where here, this can also automatically go into the cleaning cycle once you put it back at the charging base. So overall, these are great devices to have around, and again, we love how easy it is to pick them up, quickly clean up the mess, whether it's sucking it up or cleaning the entire floor. These are able to get the job done. So if you want to check out more about these, make sure you check out the link down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.